It is no secret that the 2024 bull run is about to start, and it might have already started. And with so many different types of projects circulating the crypto space, many of us are wondering which exactly will be the best ones to invest in. But no need to worry, your old pal Drew's got your back. Today we'll be taking a look at Beam, a project that has recently beamed up to the moon, surging over 600% since the initial launch in November of 2023. But does Beam, or this meme coin, actually have the potential to keep this momentum going? Well, that's exactly what we're hopefully going to answer for you in this video, and you're gonna have to answer it for yourself. But before we get into all of that, obviously, make sure that you smash that like button, make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Now, let's go see if you're gonna beam up to the moon or if you're gonna crumble down to the ground with this one. Beam is a GameFi project created by Merit Circle DAO based on Gibraltar.ltrar, whatever their site is. It is a subnet of the Avalanche network, and its native token has been making some serious gains since the launch late last year. But in order to understand what Beam is, we have to first take a look at the DAO that created it. Merit Circle is a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization, that serves the purpose of supporting and advancing Web3 gaming platforms and initiatives. There's 4 main pillars, or verticals as they call them, that are key to understanding the MC ecosystem. The first is gaming infrastructure. The Beam network and its correlating SDK provides the key infrastructure for game developers to launch games and implement game-related blockchain elements. Beam SDK is basically the invisible layer empowering game developers to build things their way. It gives them programmatic control over accounts, buying and selling, swapping, sponsoring transactions, and a lot more. The second vertical is games and gaming studios. In order to have a vibrant gaming community, gaming studios need to build and launch games within the MC ecosystem via the Beam network. Each and every transaction on Beam requires Beam to cover transaction fees. The third vertical is Sphere, Merit Circle's NFT marketplace. Oh God, another NFT marketplace. Literally everyone has one of these. It's like, I don't even care about it. I'm going to the next thing. But apparently they built it on the immutable ZK EVM. Woohoo! But let's jump to the fourth one because no one cares about the NFT marketplace. The final vertical of the MC ecosystem is the DEX, Beam Swap. Again, another thing that they're just going to not use and it's never going to catch traction. Beam Swap is a decentralized and autonomous crypto trading protocol. It enables players to easily acquire game-related fungible tokens, typically in-game currencies, peer-to-peer on-chain. It's governed by Beam token holders, allowing for the ability to vote to adjust fee parameters pertaining to Beam Swap. As you can see, the Beam network and its token are central to the MC ecosystem. Just like ETH is to Ethereum, Beam is to the Beam network. That being said, let's talk a little bit more about Beam itself and the Beam token. So the token has experienced some significant growth since launch, being up over 600% since the launch. The Beam token has 4 different utilities, so they say: governance, gas, delegation, and validation. Beam's gas token utility is pretty self-explanatory, and I briefly mentioned it earlier in the video. Each transaction on Beam costs Beam. That's essentially it. Beam is required to validate transactions on and to secure the Beam network. For token holders who do not wish to validate themselves, the Beam team is currently working on a way for them to delegate their Beam tokens to validators and thereby contribute to validating transactions, securing the network. The final utility for Beam is that if you want to buy any NFTs on Sphere, the only way to do it is to purchase them with Beam. 62% of all Beam tokens have been allocated to the treasury, 24% to contributors and builders, and 14% to the contributors that participated in the seed round of the project. Now, this is the part that leads me to some concerns that I have about Beam. As always, there are plenty of risks in investing in crypto, which is why it is important for you to do your own research before investing in a project, and why I'm so critical of projects. From what I can find online, there is no evidence of liquidity tokens ever being burned. This is a cause for concern because having access to the liquidity pool gives the liquidity pool owners the ability to take out all the liquidity, aka rug pull. The ownership of the Beam and ETH liquidity pool also appears to be concentrated amongst a few major holders instead of being locked away or burned, which is a huge red flag. This is definitely something that you want to be mindful about before you invest in Beam. Another concern is that the Beam smart contract initially contained the minting function. Minting functions in smart contracts allow owners to create new tokens anytime that they want. Mint it into oblivion, make it rain money out of thin air, right? This can be ripe for scams because the owners can just keep printing and dumping new tokens on you. Once they make enough profit, they can then abandon the project or destroy the contract, leaving investors with worthless tokens. However, the team behind the project has been transparent about these issues. Initially in the white paper, they did address minting and burn issues, specifically stating that it was to be voted out by the DAO participants. Seeing as the warning is no longer included in the white paper, it's possible that the DAO has voted these two issues out of existence, but in the white paper, they now include 4 different audits for all concerns. Seeing as this project has a DAO behind it, which runs out of their Telegram channel, these issues should well have been addressed and dealt with by now. But we also saw back in 2021 and 2022 how all of the DAOs played out when people got to vote, because these are like not business people. These are just like $2, $5, $100 token holders that don't know anything about anything, and they'll just vote for whatever. So take that for what it is. I don't know. People were voting for invest in Time Wonderland on some of these DAOs back in the day when Time Wonderland had already just basically been crashed out. But with that being said, that little disclaimer, the community behind this project actually has grown pretty strong. With over 30K members on Discord and over 130,000 on X, Merit Circle DAO has done a good job growing their platform. So I'll always give them credit where credit's due. But what do you think about the Beam Network and Merit Circle DAO? Let me know what you think, if you're in it, if you're not, why are you, why aren't you, where do you see it going, and I appreciate it. And if you want a couple of projects that you can count on in 2024, look no further than Wolfer Finance and Presend. Wolfer Finance is a blockchain infrastructure company that does master and validator noding for some of the top blockchains that you've definitely heard of: Ethereum, Avalanche, Flux, FTM, and we have a potential mining arm for Bitcoin, Litecoin, Doge coming out in the future. We also own, at Wolfer Finance, a 10% equity position in a revolutionary wallet transaction security software called Presend.io. Presend now has 2 pending patents in multiple jurisdictions in the United States and other jurisdictions that I'll tell you about in another video. We prevent cross-blockchain transactions from ever being lost in that market ether. For example, try sending BNB to Coinbase. You'll be able to send it there, but it'll never show up. You just lost all of your money. Presend is what prevents that from happening, and we filed 2 patents on it. So if you're looking for 2 different projects that you can help diversify your portfolio with in 2024 that have been in operation since 2022, look no further, and make sure that you click that very first link in the description section below so that you can sign up for the alerts, and when those offerings come up, we will send out an email to you when the opportunity opens. And if you are staying on top of all of the crypto alpha, you're in the right place, so make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure you hit subscribe, boom, bang on that notification bell. Comment anything that you want in the relevant sections. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing up to this video. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.